Welcome to the Stephen Hartmann Podcast. I have a lot of questions. Is life a simulation? Is the government run by lizard people? Did I see a shadow person or just a person shadow? Take a big dab and let's get silly.
What's up, everybody? I am your host, Stephen Hartmann. Welcome to the new season. As you can tell by the intro, the logos and everything. New season, new sounds, new content. This season, I'm going to be focusing on like the unexplained and conspiracy theory world. So I'll be focusing on like some darker stuff, but also the silly side of things. So I'll like look into like JFK, but also like Bigfoot type shit, or was the moon landing real, or is the Earth flat? That'll be like another one that I look into. And of course, I'll be posting this stuff everywhere. So if y'all have any comments, ideas, thoughts, put them on wherever I post this, and I will, of course, respond to everybody that I can. And of course, you could always just tell me I suck. That's fine too. But just leave a comment for me. That'd be great. So I figured I would start out with something a little more fun for the first episode. So I'm going to do NASA or space travel, whatever you want to call it. It's been kind of weird to me that, what do we land on the moon in like 69 or something like that, right? So like 70 years later, we still haven't done too much. Even the whole spacecraft thing really hasn't improved all that much in that amount of time. And you would think we would have some pretty cool shit. And even with the billionaires getting involved with the stuff, I don't know. I still kind of feel like they failed us. I feel like they made some fancy airplanes that kind of fly around. They're not spacecrafts. They're not going anywhere. I thought they might have been like going to Mars and shit, but no, they just flew around. I'm like, okay, we already have that. The vomit comet thing's been around for a while. This is just more fancy one, I guess. But it was just kind of weird. Like, we spent so many years like focusing on getting to the moon, and like space was like our main objective. And then for like some reason, we just kind of stopped doing it. And like, I understand it kind of made sense to maybe save some money, but I don't know. Like we waste so much money on all kinds of nonsense. So why are we giving up on that? So it kind of made me think about some things. And then like I recently heard something that kind of made a little sense to me. And like, because the space travel thing wasn't really working out for us too well. They were sending people, and sometimes they weren't coming back, or sometimes they weren't even leaving. They were blowing up before they even left the atmosphere. And of course, there was the other accidents that we've had over the years. So, it's a lot of money and a lot of death that's been, on NASA's watch. So maybe they're, trying to contemplate a different way to get people there safely. Or like, I don't know, because obviously the whole rocket thing just doesn't seem to be possible. And I guess until we figure out some kind of fucking warp drive or some shit like that, I don't think space travel is really the way they're thinking right now. And what I've been hearing is like, what's easier than just walking through a door and arriving somewhere else? And of course, teleportation. It's the most logical step for us to cut out the middleman of having to fly somewhere. If I could literally walk through my door and I end up in Miami, like I don't have to be on a plane anymore. It's just I'm there. That's amazing. And we could do that with everything, you know. We could send a drone to another planet and it makes the doorway and we could just right through the doorway. So maybe that's what they're thinking, you know, like they're looking into teleportation stuff. Because, I mean, it's the most logical thing. I know they were already working on teleporting atoms. This was like 15 years ago. I remember Michikaku talking about teleporting atoms. So if they could do that long ago, I can imagine they've already kind of worked on some kind of, I don't know how else to say it, like a Stargate, basically, just kind of something that you could walk through and be somewhere else. And like I said, it could save a lot of things. We could cut out a lot of airplane travel, all that stuff around the world. We could space travel much easier, you know, start building on other planets much easier if I could just drive a fucking construction truck right through a portal and just start building on it, you know. I don't have to send this $1 billion worth of space shuttle there, you know. So it seems like a pretty legit thing that they would be working on that, you know. They've been working on splitting atoms and doing all that kind of stuff for a while. So I assume they probably have some kind of working teleportation thing. And I kind of wonder if that has to do with a lot of the weird stuff that's been going on lately, but that's a whole nother episode. Just focusing on this part right now. Um, but yeah, I mean, you tell me, would you do it? Let's just say everybody could just have a door at their house and you could walk through it and be at your job. Or just like I said, be on the beach, wherever you want to go. You just put it in your phone or wherever the hell, and you walk through and you're at your destination. As long as they also have a doorway. And of course, you know, if it's private, you can't get in, but you know, they got to figure all that kind of stuff out. But I mean, would you do it? It sounds amazing. But then you think about all the weird parts of it. Cause basically, from like what I've heard is you kind of die every time you go through a teleport or whatever you want to call it. Cause it's kind of like a wormhole. Basically, it just rips you apart and puts you back together. So technically, you die for that split second, but it's so quick, like I guess it doesn't register or something. But what if something fucks up? You come back and you got like two hands on your one arm, or you know, missing your eyeball or some shit, or like even like deeper down, like what if your soul doesn't come with you? I know we don't really know what a soul is, but say, you know, what makes you a person, does that come with you? Like it's kind of weird. So like all that kind of shit kind of makes me hesitate, but for sure, you know, by the time I probably won't even get to use it. Truthfully, it might be something my kid can use, but I mean, if I had the opportunity, I'd be like, how many people have done it? Because if they've had enough successful attempts, I might do it. Because that'd be pretty cool. Like I said, just to walk through a door and just be somewhere else automatically, you know, that'd be pretty damn awesome. But yeah, um, I'm trying to think what else I was gonna say on that. Oh, like I said, the complex parts of that, like I said, not knowing exactly how you're gonna end up on the other side. But I think all that, you know, it'd be worth it just to give it a try. um Trying to think of where else I was gonna go with that. I totally lost my train of thought. Let's see, can I do this? you know, what what possibilities we could have with that. It could totally take away from needing cars, needing airplanes, whatever. If we could all just teleport to the places we need, it could totally change our environment with all the less need for things and all that stuff. So it also kind of makes me wonder, do they want to put that kind of technology out there? Because, just like how we've had water cars and all that kind of stuff, but we don't want to push that because we want to make sure we can keep using that oil. So, but I mean, eventually I think they're going to give us that technology because I mean, like I said, it was like 15 years ago. I heard them talking about already teleporting things. So you figure eventually it's got to be the next step. And like I said, if they're not spending that billions of dollars sending rockets through the sky, they're definitely spending money on other things. So I assume that's what it's all going towards now. But yeah, what do you think? Leave me your comments. Tell me if you think my thoughts are crazy or whatever. And I will definitely read everything and try to get back to you guys. And we'll see you all next week for the next episode. All right. Catch you later.